Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the John Owen YouTube channel, sports, movies, and everything else. So first off, I want to say that I'm sorry that I haven't been posting a lot lately. I've been really busy these past couple of weeks with AP testing and graduating high school and all that crazy stuff. So sorry for that. I know that you guys like my videos and whatever, so I really am sorry for that. But let's get into today's video regardless of all of that. Before we do, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell. Anyways, let's get into it. So one of the greatest debates of the 21st century, basically since LeBron James have gotten into the league, is who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? So today's video is going to tackle the question of LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Who truly is the GOAT? And we're going to get into that now. So before we get into who's better, I think it is pretty safe to say that LeBron James and Michael Jordan have established themselves as the two greatest players in NBA history. No disrespect to guys like Magic Johnson, Kobe, Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Olajuwon, guys like that. But I think that LeBron and MJ have pretty much solidified themselves as 1 and 2, regardless of who you put at 1 versus 2. So let's just get into some reasons why I think each one of them has a case and why they don't, and just the overall GOAT discussion. So I think whenever you have a GOAT discussion about a player, truly how great a player was, I think there are 2 parts you have to consider. There's the how good of a player were they, just straight up in a vacuum, how good were they, and then kind of their legacy and their accomplishments and their career accolades and stuff like that. So let's start with that first off. Who straight up is the better all-around basketball player? I think that answer is LeBron James. Now, Michael Jordan is a better scorer. Just straight up pure scoring threat, I would put MJ above LeBron. Obviously, LeBron's no slouch. You know, he scored more career points than Michael Jordan. He's currently 3rd on the list, all-time scoring right now. But Mike's a better potent scorer. Besides that, I would have to give LeBron the edge in rebounding, passing, overall defense, the ability to guard 1 through 5. IQ, not that Jordan's a dummy or anything. Obviously, Jordan is wicked smart. Elevation of his teammates and all that. I would say that LeBron is pretty handedly the best all-around basketball player ever. Straight up. Even Magic Johnson said that LeBron was the best all-around player ever. Okay. So now that that's kind of out of the way, let's look at the legacy and achievements and stuff like that. So obviously the first thing that comes up whenever you're talking about LeBron versus Jordan is 3-6 versus 6-0. Now, I'm not going to sit here and take anything away from Michael Jordan's championships. He did not play weak competition. That's fake news. He played great teams on his way to the finals. I feel like his road to the finals were a little tougher than the opponents he faced, but still, he got there. And the Lakers team was kind of a shell of Showtime, and the Trailblazers were not just super great, but obviously they were going to get to the finals. But that Suns team that he beat, and the Supersonics, and those 2 Jazz teams were all really, really, really good. So I don't want to hear the thing that Mike had weak competition. So I don't want to hear that. Now let's look at LeBron's 3-6. So obviously people really, really rag on him for this, but they just kind of look at the number without looking at the context. LeBron James has played 365 win teams in the finals. That's insane. Michael Jordan did not play a 65 win plus team in his career in the finals. Now the Supersonics team that he played against was 64 wins, so basically, but LeBron played 267. Let's see, he played 73-9 Warriors, 67 and 12 Warriors, and then the first Warriors team has played 165 games too. So he's played 365 plus win teams. The thing about Mike is that he was undoubtedly on the best team in the league during the 90s, man. Like, top to bottom, his roster was the best. He had the best coach, he had the best roster, and then he was obviously the best player of that era. Uh, Lots of people would argue of any era. So obviously he was going to generate championships. LeBron has not always been undoubtedly the best roster in the league, the best team in the league. When he was in Miami, yeah, I would probably say that they had the best roster in the league, no doubt. But that was not even like a perfect roster. They were kind of small. LeBron and D Wade were not just a perfect fit. Obviously, they made it work, but it just wasn't like a total, complete, perfect roster either. And certainly during his times in Cleveland, certainly not the best rosters he's ever been on. Obviously, he took those abysmal rosters in the first time in Cleveland, deep into the playoffs and to the finals in 2007. And when he got back to Cleveland, yes, his Cavs teams were good and had a nice roster, but the Warriors were there, and they were definitely an overall better team than the Cavs were. But so if you look at all that, LeBron was not on the greatest, just like purely the greatest teams ever during his era. So that is something you do have to consider whenever you're looking at the context. Like 2007 when he got to the finals and with the Cavs with a bunch of people that you could not name. Could not name them. The bunch of no names. Got them to the finals. Then they got swept by the Spurs, which is obviously sweep's not good. And then if you look into the 14 finals, when he lost to the Spurs, D Wade had bad knees, and Chris Bosh didn't play that great. LeBron played great. He averaged 28, 8, and 7 that series on 50 something field goal percentage. So he played great. And then in 2015, they lost Caleb and Kyrie Irving in game 1 and right before the finals. So LeBron took Matthew Dellavedova and Timofey Mozgov the 6 games versus the Warriors, and we're even up during that series at one point. So that's an amazing achievement. And then in 2017, the 73-9 Warriors had Kevin Durant, so you can't really do anything about that. And then in 2018, he takes J.R. Smith and Shump and all of those guys all the way to the finals. Insane run. He beats – he wins a bunch of close series kind of single-handedly, scores 51 points in game 1 and loses. Like, that's unheard of because J.R. Smith thought they were up, which is ridiculous, by the way. So, now, of course, I did skip over the Mavericks final, which they lost. To me, that is the only kind of not defendable finals loss for LeBron. Honestly, not okay. In his other final losses, he played fantastic. He just didn't have the firepower to compete with whoever he's playing with. But in that finals, obviously the Mavericks had a fantastic playoff run. That year they beat Kobe Bryant and the Lakers coming off of a championship. They beat the Thunder in 5 games. KD, Russ, James Harden, that Thunder team. Those Thunder teams, they beat them. Dirk just like bulldozed everybody. It was weird. That was a weird playoff run, but hey, kudos to them. But, LeBron did not play super great in that final. So to me, that's really the only not defendable finals loss for him. But it was super important because then that gave him the motivation to turn things around, play a different little style, kind of different mindset to then propel him to, go back to back and go on 3 and then, go on 7 more finals runs in a row. That's insane to me. 8 finals in a row. My man LeBron was playing basketball till June for 8 years in a row. At a high level, didn't falter, played great, insane. I don't even think those Bulls teams could have gone 8 years in a row, just because kind of attrition and whatnot. So that's insane to me that he went 8 years in a row with a finals run. All right, now let's talk about another thing they dogged LeBron about is help. Yeah, LeBron has had some help in his career. For sure. I mean, come on. Everyone has help, though. And LeBron has taken teams without help to the finals. Michael Jordan was 1-9 in playoff series before Scottie Pippen got there. 1-9. LeBron has taken Mo Williams and J.R. Smith to the finals. Okay? He's taken those kind of guys to the finals. Mo Williams was actually an all-star that year, so no diss on him. I'm not trying to compare him to J.R. Smith. But you understand what I'm saying. He truly elevates and can carry a team like that. Jordan never carried a team like that to deep playoff runs like that. So, everyone needs help. I mean, it's a team sport. You need your teammates to succeed. So that's ridiculous that people dog on LeBron that he's had help. Also, Michael Jordan had the best coach ever and the best sidekick ever on his championship teams. So Michael Jordan had plenty of help. Everyone needs help. And then they say that, oh, well, LeBron's not clutch and he got bailed out. First off, LeBron has taken more, made more, and has a higher percentage on buzzer beater game winners in the playoffs. Taken more than Michael Jordan, made more than Michael Jordan, and made them at a higher clip than Michael Jordan. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say Michael Jordan's not clutch because that's ridiculous. But don't say LeBron's not clutch either. And then they say, oh, well, Ray Allen and Kyrie Irving bailed him out. Okay, let's look at the Ray Allen Game 6 shot. Okay, LeBron had scored 14 points in that fourth quarter to even put them in that position. Okay, so he put the team on his back in the fourth quarter and even put them in that position for Ray Allen to tie the game. So I don't want to hear it. And then they want to talk about Kyrie. Okay, let's look at this. LeBron made the block, everyone knows what I'm talking about, to set up Kyrie Irving's shot. Okay, so LeBron directly made the plays in order for those two teammates, which you need to succeed in basketball, to make those shots. It's a team sport. You need your teammates. Jordan also got bailed out a couple times. Now, air quotes around bailed out because I don't like that term. John Paxson, the first time, when their first finals, he scores 9, or he scores like 15 in the fourth quarter against the Lakers to clinch the series. He hit the game winner in Game 6 to win the series against Phoenix. Okay, so do we talk about Michael Jordan getting bailed out? No, we don't talk about Michael Jordan getting bailed out. And then Steve Kerr hit the game winner the first time they played Utah. So the game winner to win the series against Utah. But no one ever talks about Michael Jordan getting bailed out. And Michael Jordan didn't get bailed out. Okay, Michael Jordan played great in all of those series. Put his team in a position to... So I don't want to hear that LeBron got bailed out or Michael Jordan got bailed out. That's just a ridiculous notion and a slight against two fantastic players. So, and obviously LeBron is a 4-time MVP. Michael Jordan's a 5-time MVP. Michael Jordan's won Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron should have at least one time there in Miami. But, he's made a few all defensive teams. Mike's obviously made a lot. All-Stars, they have so many All-Stars at the Wazoo. So, the thing is, to me, that I feel like with all that being said, basically what I'm saying is I think LeBron and Mike are the two greatest basketball players ever. And it is super hard to compare these two guys because they played in different eras, which almost renders this discussion useless because you're not going to be able to compare them because they didn't go against the same kind of people. The rules were different, all of that. And basically, they've done a lot of the same things. So now this discussion could change if LeBron can win, if LeBron wins the championship with the Lakers. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. People are going to have their opinion on it. So to me, who's the GOAT though? I would say right now, as much as it pains me to say this, because LeBron's my favorite player of all time, But right now, as it stands, psych, y'all thought I was going to say LeBron's the GOAT. You know, LeBron's just done everything Jordan's done and overcame a lot of different things. So, but Mike's like right there with him. And if you think Mike's the GOAT, I totally understand your argument. So to me, LeBron's the GOAT. But if you want to say Mike's the GOAT, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you because, I mean, you have an outstanding case to present. But that's just me. All right. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And thank you for checking out today's video. Leave your thoughts on this topic